do you need to know programming to work in cybersecurity? The answer is no. There are plenty of roles in cybersecurity that require no programming knowledge, and you can learn them. However, what you're going to find is that if you don't really have true knowledge of how applications are built and how networks are built, you will never truly know how to do cyber defense. Doesn't mean that you can't play another role in the industry, but if your vision is to defend networks, track threat actors, analyze malware, any one of those quote-unquote technical roles that actually help an organization defend itself against cyber adversaries, then you have no other choice than to become a programmer. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be the best programmer in the world, but you need to at least be comfortable reading and understanding any programming language. Now, that is daunting. In fact, one of the big challenges in cybersecurity is that it is so broad that, there's not one single type of knowledge you need to get. So where do you go from here? Well, you can follow some truly time-tested approach. For example, and some of you will cringe at this, but you could start learning PHP. PHP, as you become a developer, you'll realize is not necessarily the most elegant programming language out there, but it's really easy. It's got tons of documentation. There's plenty of source code examples online, plenty of tutorials on YouTube. And to give you an idea, I became a PHP programmer at the age of 12 years old. Okay, and that was, over 15 years ago. So what does that tell you? It means PHP is basically simple. And once you've understood PHP, you don't have to become a master at it. Once you've understood that, and you can write web applications, you can connect to databases, you can use SQL, you know how application vulnerabilities are created in PHP, then you can take that knowledge and translate it to things like Python, Ruby, okay? Once you've done that, at this point, you actually will be a fairly competent programmer at what we call high-level programming languages. So you'll find that you can read Java. You'll find that you can read most of the programming languages that are actually used by enterprise organizations. And then there's a big step from here. And a big step is to move into the lower level programming languages, namely C and assembly. And many people will struggle with that jump because it's almost like you have to relearn computer science. That's okay, it will be worthwhile the effort, especially if you want to become a malware analyst, especially if you want to be a threat hunter, especially if you want to work into incident response. Because what you're going to realize is that the operating system is what gets abused, and you really need to know about things like Windows APIs and Windows internals, and all of this is done in C. So these are my 2 cents as to why I think you should learn programming. Having said that, I don't think it's necessarily a requirement for all jobs, but it certainly can't hurt your career to do a few years of programming. The thing that I think people and our students have a challenge with is that you can't learn programming unless you immerse yourself into it. It's like learning a language. You almost need to go into the country where it's being spoken and be by yourself and be forced to speak it every single day for a year to truly be able to, understand it and speak it properly. Well, programming is the same thing. You have to immerse yourself in it and do it every single day. And myself, I code almost every single day. And in fact, I think for about 10 years, I probably wrote code every single day, even if it was just for 10 minutes a day. All right? And so the key is consistency and immersing yourself. If you're trying to do this, an hour per week, you'll never get anywhere. Just give up already. All right. Sorry I was so crude about this. I hope this video helps you, and see you in the next one. If you've liked this video, the next step for you is to register on our online learning platform to learn practical skills that will get you a job in the industry. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.